Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, guys. So we are from the group 2. We would like to present about writing document focused on inquiry, reply, and compliance. Now, I will start first with writing documents. So we are familiar about the writing, right? So in this case, we would like to study in depth about writing document or writing in a formal way. There are two types of writing, such as academic writing and business writing. So, what the difference of them? The first is academic writing. The structure often consists of beginning or subject and purpose, a middle, evidence, argument, or thesis, and the end or conclusion. The terminology and tone chosen must be appropriate for the academic world. This may necessitate a formal, objective, impersonal language, as well as a large specialist vocabulary. This is how the academic writing acts. While the business writing, we write in business to communicate information, solve problems such as new initiatives, negotiate contracts, and etc. As a result, business writing is the best described as writing to do. So this is crucial for us to understand the difference of them. There are some points about steps to write business document. The first step is become aware of your audience. Understand your target audience and direct your writing closer to them. Second is perceive the values, cause, and maintain it centered. Ensure that your commercial enterprise record truly expresses its objective to the reader and that your reader sees it at the start of the document. Number 3 is organize your writing. And number 4 is re-examine your business record before sending. This step will assist you or help you pick out grammatical or typological mistakes. Number 5 or the last number is ensure your enterprise document appears professional. No matter how the content material of your document may be, this will be effortlessly out is not always expert looking. Okay guys, there are also things or points you need to pay attention in avoiding costly business writing mistakes. There are first is the usage of informal texting language. Okay, you should pay attention about your typical of texting or typical writing because if you try to tag your family or if you try to track the employees, you should have the boundaries. I mean, like you should know the boundaries of them. You set your boundaries. You know, like when you text your employees or you text your company, you should use formal texting or formal writing. Number 2 is including useless repetitions. You know, like just to make it clear, business writing is not supposed to be humorous or interesting except it's an extrovert. So in business writing, there is no humor, there is no like ridiculous thing. So everything must be done by formal writing. You can keep away from all that by means of the first is the use of pronoun when speak about a particular individual or item in a success sentence. And then joining collectively long sentences, the usage of which and where, etc. when describing the equal factor. So you don't need to know which or where. So that's not formal. And then keeping off modifier like small in length, red in colorations, which unnecessarily repeat facts. Okay, continue with the number 2 is lack of proofreading. Many humans wrongly see it as too much work to reread their emails, notes, or memos before hitting the send or button. Consequently, they omit plenty of typos, grammatical errors, incorrect tenses, and unnecessary repetitions. And number 4 is switching tense mid-sentence. No native audio system or writer in this case tend to mix up tense inside the center of their sentences. And then number five, immediately translating from every other language. It has been noted that greater than half of the sector's population is bilingual. And then number six is liking spelling errors. Lot of humans have troubles in relation to spelling some phrases like obtain, tomorrow, committee, and lodging. It's unusual to get hold of an electronic mail with receive my credit or something of a kind. And then the last number is the use of equal anti-clickers. It might be due to copying others, but most occurrences are guilty of overshooting clickers of their written text. Okay, now we are moving to analyzing documents. After you writing your documents, now you are trying to analyzing your documents. Analyzing document or document analysis is the technique of reviewing and examining files such as commercial enterprise plans, policies, contracts, manual, reviews, diagrams, or code to perceive relevant records and requirements for an undertaking. To perform file evaluation effectively, the analyst must usually check the supply of files for feasible bias. A report evaluation is achieved in three stages. The first stage is preparations. When analyzing source file, the business analyst has to check if the fabric is essential, current, genuine, and credible. They have to additionally take into account if the fabric is understandable and can be easily divined to the stakeholder. Number two is document review and analysis. The business analyst also has to perform a complete evaluation of every file's content material and document any vital facts. This involves studying the material, taking note of relevant facts, and list comply with a question for the stakeholders. And number three is record finding. When the information collected through file evaluation is utilized in a work product, the commercial enterprises analyst should examine the subsequent. The first is if the fact and stage of detail is appropriate for the intended target market, and the second is if the clue should be modified into pictorial diagram consisting of graphs, fashions, method rows, and trace tables to assess the correct understanding. While we try to analyze the document, there are some pros and cons that you need to pay attention. The first is pros. A can are available in beneficial wherein the stakeholder is unavailable or not with the organizations. Next is guarantees that the analyst does not begin from a clean page. And the last is acts as a way of cross-checking necessities with different assets. And then the cons A is record evaluation is restrained to the as-is state to affairs. And the B files usually want to be up to the date to mirror present day instance. And the last is it could be time eating to find and sift through loads of records.
And now next to inquiry, definition of inquiry. Inquiry in the next context of business writing and document analysis, an inquiry refers to the process of seeking information, clarification, or details on a particular topic, product, or service. It involves a structured approach to gathering information through written communication. Inquiries are commonly used in various business situations, such as when a company wants to inquire about a potential business situation, partnership, request product information, or ask for pricing details. And the component of inquiry is there are four. It is questioning, investigation, analysis, and last reflection. Questioning involves formulating open-ended and meaningful questions that guide the inquiry process. Second, investigation. Investigation involves gathering and analyzing data from various sources such as books, articles, interview, experiment, and observation. Third is analysis. Analysis involves interpreting and synthesizing the data to draw conclusion to make connection. And the last is reflection. Reflection involves evaluating the process and outcomes of the inquiry and identify areas for improvement. And then is types of inquiry. There are different types of inquiry, such as structured inquiry, guided inquiry, open inquiry, and last web-based inquiry. First is structured inquiry involves following a predetermined procedure to investigate a question or a problem. And second, guided inquiry involves providing some guidance and support to students to investigate a question or problem. Third is open inquiry involves giving students the freedom to design and conduct their own investigation. And last, web-based inquiry involves using online resources and tools to investigate a question or problem. And the last of the inquiry is writing plans of inquiry. There are four. First is define the purpose of the inquiry. Second is identify the recipient. Third is structure the content. And the last, proof and edit. And then define the purpose of the inquiry. The first step in creating an effective inquiry is to specify the information, clarification, or details that are being taught, as well as the main reason of the inquiry. Second is identify the recipient. Identify the recipient. The next step is to identify who will be receiving the inquiry, including the precise individual or division within the recipient's company. If at all visible, using the recipient's name might assist to make sure that the question is sent to the right person or division. Third is structure the content. Structure the content. The body of the inquiry should be well organized, with a concise opening, well-structured queries or requests, and a cardinal conclusion. And the question should be simple, brief, and unambiguous. And the last is proofread and edit. The last this is carefully we reread and modify the text before submitting the query to make sure it is free of grammatical mistakes, typos, and formatting problems. A well-written, error-free question has a higher chance of being taken seriously and getting a quick reply. Truly, the writing plans is last is follow up. We have to follow up to make sure that the request gets handled. Think about making a courteous follow-up query if you don't hear back within a fair amount of time.
Okay, the next material is complaint. In document writing and analysis, In document writing and analysis, a complaint is a formal legal document that contains sufficient fact and legal grounds to support a claim against an accused party so that the claimant is entitled to damages. How to make a good complaint? The first is describe the problem clearly and detailed. When you draft your complaint, make sure that your description of the problem is very clear and detailed. Use language that is easy to understand. And the second, include strong evidence. To make your complaint more convincing, include concrete evidence that support your claim. This could be screenshot The screenshot, document citation, or relevant data. The third, don't make personal attack. When expressing your complaint, focus your attention on the problem you need to solve. And the fourth, offer constructive solution. In addition to identify problem, also provide possible solution or suggestion to address the issue. And the last, use polite and professional language. Make sure to maintain polite and respectful language in your complaint. Avoid using rude, threatening, or patronizing language. Professional communication is more likely to get a response. Dealing or how to deal with a complaint. Number 1, receiving the complaint atau menerima keluhan. Number 2, informing others atau memberitahukan kepada orang lain. Number 3, getting advice, mendapatkan saran. Gathering the information, mengumpulkan informasi. Responding to a complaint atau menanggapi keluhan. Contacting and meeting the complainant, menghubungi atau bertemu dengan pengeluhnya. Finalizing the written response, menyelesaikan tanggapan tertulis. Prevention of complaint, pencegahan keluhan. Learning from complaint, belajar dari keluhan. Aftermath of complaint or dampak keluhan. Step in writing complaints. Yang pertama yaitu start with the fact. When reading a complaint, it is essential to begin by presenting the fact or clearly and without embellishment. Stick to what happened and avoid including personal opinions or emotion. Number 2, stay focused on your goal. Throughout your complaint, maintain your focus on the desired outcome or resolution. Clearly state what you hope to achieve by lodging the complaint, whether it's a refund, replacement, or resolution to a specific issue. Number 3 is describe the situation objectively. Maintain objectively when describing the situation. Present the event neutral and factual manner, avoiding any language that could be construed biased or subjective. Number 4, include copies of relevant documents. Number 5, be clear and concise. Clarity and conciseness are crucial in a complaint letter. Ensure your language is straightforward and to the point. Avoid unnecessary detail or long explanation that could obscure the main issue. And the last is end with a closing salutation. Conclude your complaint with a polite closing salutation such as sincerely yours, faithful, or best regard, followed by your name.
Next is reply. So reply is a form of mail as a postcard, letter, or envelope, normally sent as an enclosure and which can be mailed lower back with the aid of respondent without their having to pay postage. There are some steps to reply documents in a cute way. The first is use an export email signature and encompass your name, title, and phone fax so that human beings can quickly get in contact with you. And use proper grammar and spelling. Pay caution attention to spelling and grammar before you hit send. And then be clear and concise. Get to the point quick in order that the character reading your email can easily recognize what you're trying to mention. Number 4 is be well mannered. Even in a case you are no longer satisfied with the situation, there is no need to be impolite or unprofessional for your email correspondence. Number 5 is use positive language. Avoid sounding poor or pessimistic in your emails, rather recognition on sounding effective and upbeat. And then avoid the usage of slang, idioms, or abbreviations. Once more, you want to stumble upon as expert and wise, so keep away from the usage of textual content, speak, or abbreviation on your email. And then number 7, don't overlook to mention thank you. A simple thank you is going to put creative the manner in the direction of sounding professional and courteous. And then observe as wanted. If someone doesn't respond in your email within a reasonable amount of time, don't hesitate to observe off with them so you can get a reaction. And then keep it short and sweet. Lengthy, drawn-out emails may be daunting to study, so try to keep yours as brief as possible while nonetheless conveying all the vital records. And then realize wills to choose up the phone. From time to time, it is simply less complicated and greater expert to have a communications over the phone instead of through electronic mail or email. And the last is respond fast to time-sensitive emails. If you obtain an email that calls for a rapid reaction, make sure that you answer as quickly as feasible.